Hi everyone. I am often being asked how come do I have so many Annihilators in my collection, and how come do I have so many Marauder II MAD-4A or 5A, and I also have 4 of these in here, and then a few Annihilators here as well. So how do I have so many of them in my collection? And in this video I am going to teach you and talk about how to acquire all of this stuff. So these are obviously very rare mechs, both Annihilators and Marauder II, for several reasons. And there are 4 possible ways of how you can acquire them. Let's talk about these 4 possible ways. So the first way is one, the most obvious one is just, traveling or across the inner sphere, visiting some industrial hubs. Depending on whether you're playing a career or campaign, career or campaign mode. Those industrial hubs might present you with different mech choices. If you are playing the career mode, then usually everything, gets more difficult once you get more towards the center of the inner sphere. And that's where you also discover the most, sort of like advanced industrial hubs. Whereas if you are playing in campaign mode, which is, the main mercenary storyline, which is the one I am in here, then everything gets more progressively difficult as you're traveling clockwise, and then the most, advanced and the best industrial hubs are going to be located in the House Kurita territory. So sometimes, usually either in this territory, or sometimes also I've seen some Annihilators. I purchased one marked as rare item in this industrial hub in here, so you can never know, but sometimes you do encounter these mechs for sale as rare items in the industrial hubs, and this is like probably the most obvious way to get them, which is just, to buy them in the industrial hubs. It happens very rarely though. You don't come across them very often, but every once in a while it does happen with both of these mechs. So this is the first and the most obvious way. The second way, if you are getting sick and tired of this crap, and if you're just tired of traveling around in hopes to find some mech, what you can do, you can download and install the mod. If you are playing this game from the PC, the mod is called Mech Delivery. What this mod does, it allows you, once you're in industrial hubs, to order any mech of your liking, any mech that is available at the present moment, and it will get delivered to you. It's kind of like Space Amazon, for that matter, but that mod has its own drawbacks and caveats, because first of all, if you do something like this, if you order a mech, you get to pay a 75% markup. It's like a regular plus the regular price of the mech plus the 75% markup, which is a lot more expensive. And you have to be very careful with it. If you don't have a whole lot of money, it can get you easily, it can get you broke, okay? You can easily overspend this way. Plus, another caveat, it's gonna take up to 3 months for a mech to be delivered to you. but if you choose the expedited shipping, it will cost you even more. It will be more expensive, and if you choose the expedited shipping option, the mech can potentially be damaged during the shipping. It will arrive damaged to you, maybe like without an arm or a leg or some component, whatever. So even though I do have this mod installed in here, I have not used it yet in this particular campaign, okay, in this career in here. All of these mechs, which you can see in my collection, they will acquired without ever me touching that mod. It's a handy mod, but you have to be careful with it, because again it can get you broke. And frankly, I am not even sure how realistic something like that is. Okay, so that would be another possible possible solution. Now, third way of acquiring Annihilators specifically, you can acquire 3 of them this way. Is if you buy the Solaris Showdown DLC, which is the latest DLC, and play through those campaign missions. In 2 of those missions, you will encounter the 2 Annihilators guaranteed. I believe those are these ANH-1X variants. Where is it? Where is it? Let me show you. Yeah, it's this ANH-1X variants. Okay. 2 of them you will encounter during the Solaris Showdown campaign missions, and this is how you can salvage them. Now, how do you salvage them? How do you guarantee that they will show up actually in salvage? What I do, I just go after their legs, okay? I just shoot down at the very bottom of their legs, I destroy their legs, and this is how they show up in salvage, almost guarantee. The other possible way to salvage them is just to headshot them, but it's a risky business because, first of all, headshotting is very hard, you know, hitting the cockpit, and by doing so you're risking damaging all other parts of the mech. And if you heavily damage other parts of the mech, like let's say if you knock off the arm, or let alone if you destroy a side torso, it will not show up in salvage, okay? So the safest way to salvage this thing is just to go at the very bottom of the legs, just destroying the legs. And that is how it will most likely show up in salvage. And then finally, after completing all of the Solaris Showdown campaign missions, you will receive this ANH-1E variant, all energy-based variant, as a bonus, perhaps as some kind of gift from Duncan Fisher. So at the very end, you accept it as a bonus. So you get 3 of these mechs during this Solaris Showdown campaign missions. So that is the third way. And now, finally, let's talk about the fourth possible way of acquiring both either Annihilator or Marauder II mechs in this game, which is once again salvaging them. Okay, salvaging them. Now, who do you salvage them from, and who pilots these mechs? Let's talk about this. First of all, you need to ensure that you have Rise of Russell Haig DLC, because that DLC comes with the Bounty Hunter campaign mission, and that nasty guy that you collect all the intel on rival mercenaries for. And then what it also comes with, as you can see all of these different symbols, it comes with rival mercenaries. The ones which you encounter either as friendlies or enemies occasionally, okay? And you can see, you know, all of these symbols when you zoom in. You see all these circles. That's the area where these mechs are operating at. For instance, like if we select this planet here, this is the, you know, Thumpers rival mercenaries. Or like, let's say if you select here, these are the Waco Rangers, pretty famous mercenary company, rival mercenary company. And then finally, when you see this symbol, and this, which is the system where I am at the moment, this is the area which is, you know, operated by the Woolfs Dragoons, rival mercenaries. Who are these guys, Woolfs Dragoons? First of all, as you can see, these are the elite rival mercenaries. These are like the best of the best mercenaries, top in their craft. But not that they are only the rival mercenaries. These are basically, you know, imposter kind of mercenaries, okay? They aren't really mercenaries. What these guys are, they are pretending to be mercenaries, while initially they came into the inner sphere from the clan space. They are the spies who are spying, who are gathering all the intel and info on the inner sphere and submitting all of that into the clan space. They are working for the clanners. This is how they initially came into the inner sphere. Initially, okay? Later on, as they've spent more time working here as mercenaries and living here, they've changed their mind. They kinda got corrupted by the inner sphere, and they started actually working for the inner sphere for real. Moreover, once the clans invaded the inner sphere in the 3050s, they started fighting against them on the behalf of the inner sphere. So this is what actually happened. But the reason why I am mentioning all of this is because these guys, they were the ones who were responsible for designing and producing, in collaboration with General Motors, the Marauder II mech design, okay? The original one was this MAD-4A variant. Okay, MAD-4A variant, the all energy based variant, okay? And then later in campaigns, somewhere around 3040s, there comes this side grade or upgrade, depending on how you look at MAD-5A variant. What it does, it basically replaces this top weapon slot, which used to be an energy slot, with this medium ballistic slot. Okay, I have 5 or 6 of this in my collection as well, which I also happened to salvage from Woolfs Dragoons. So these are the mechs which they you know, designed and created in collaboration with General Motors, but also the Annihilators. Okay, so what is the Annihilator after all? Well, the Annihilator, it's not a clan mech, okay? It was originally produced in the inner sphere, designed and produced in the inner sphere in the late Star League era, somewhere towards the end of the Amaris Civil War and right before the exodus of the Star League from the inner sphere, okay? when Starlink exited the inner sphere, they took all of the Annihilators with them, okay? The inner sphere did not have the Annihilators for a long time. And only after when Woolfs Dragoons came into the inner sphere, they brought back a few Annihilators with them and sort of reintroduced the Annihilators into the inner sphere. So this is what's happened. And they were the ones, obviously, who exclusively piloted both the Annihilators and Marauder II. And it is well represented in this game as well. These are the only rival mercenaries who are piloting both Marauder II and the Annihilators. And this is exactly how you can potentially salvage these mechs. Alright? Now, so let's talk about how do you salvage these mechs from the Woolfs Dragoons. There has to be a required 2 sets of circumstances in order for this to happen, okay? This is something important. One of the required circumstance which needs to happen is obviously they need to be piloting either one of these mechs or both. I've never actually seen them piloting both of them, okay? It's either one or the other. And that's unfortunately, like, there is no way to telling like whether they are going to pilot them or not. Sometimes they do pilot those mechs, sometimes they don't, okay? It's kind of a bummer if they don't, but you just only have to kind of take chances and hope that they will, but sometimes unfortunately they don't. It's not like 100% guaranteed that they will pilot those mechs. And the second required circumstance is that you actually do need to encounter them as enemies. Not as friendlies, you know, because sometimes the employer can actually hire your rival mercenaries in order to help you, to ensure that the mission gets done. But in order to salvage it, you do need to encounter them as enemies. And this is important. There is a way of telling whether you will encounter them as enemies or not. There is a way of telling this, and this is something that I'm going to show you. Well, first of all, as you can see, I arrived into the system where they operate, okay? Now let's take a look at the contracts, 2 of these contracts, and let's see whether we will encounter them as enemies or not. So, here is what you need to do when you look at the contracts. Click on confirm, go to the second step when you see the payment, the base payment. As you can see, the total potential payout, without even touching any of the negotiation points, you can see that the total potential payout is 3.5 millions, okay? So this is something to keep in mind. This is also what's important about this contract is that this is the 2-mission operation contract. It's a multiple mission contract. And this potential payout is only for the first mission. You don't know yet what's gonna happen in the second mission, alright? We are only here looking at the first mission of this multiple mission contract, okay? Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the second contract, this beachhead contract from House Kurita. Look at this. Look at this. You see that? You see that? 13.3 millions total potential base payout. This is even without touching any negotiation point yet, okay? This is very important, okay? Something to keep in mind, all right? Also, look at my standing with both of these houses. You see both House Steiner I have hero standing with, and I also have a hero standing with House Kurita in this campaign, okay? Yet, there is a huge discrepancy in the base payout. So why do you think is that? Well, this is because this is for sure that you are going to encounter them as enemies. Your rivals, Woolfs Dragoons, you will encounter them as enemies, okay? House Kurita knows that, your employer. They know that it's a very risky business. Not that you will only have to deal with the main enemies in this contract, but you will also have to deal with the rival mercenaries on top of that. It's a lot more risk. They know about it, and in order for them to get you interested in taking this contract, they obviously offer you more money to complete this mission. This is important to keep in mind. So, for that matter, we are going to take this contract. Now, speaking of the multiple mission contracts, okay, let's talk about this now. Even though you know for sure that you're not gonna encounter anything in the first mission of this contract, that doesn't mean that you will never encounter anything in the following missions of the multiple mission contracts. And sometimes you can tell that, let's say the first mission doesn't have this, but once you complete the first mission, you will able to see whether the second or third or fourth mission, for that matter, will include rival mercenaries encounter. Then in those missions you will see that the payout will be higher, so you can prepare for that. That's, you know, speaking of the multiple mission contract. So, this is what we are gonna do now. We are going to take this contract here. And what I'm gonna do, I will actually take, I will use more salvage points, just in case if I will happen to encounter, and if I will salvage some mech, I will be sure that, you know, I have enough points to take that salvaged mech. Also something that I want to mention here is that I have a mod in here which allows me to buy an excess salvage. Like, let's say if I salvage something good and if I don't have enough points to take that salvage, well, then in this case I am at least able to buy that thing at a 75% markup once again. Which is fine, you know, which is fine. And this is something which I believe should have been included in the original game. Because let's say you don't have enough points to salvage something, but you really want it, well, then you should be at least able to buy this. For whatever, you know, markup there is, 75 or even 100% markup, you should be able to get it if you really want it, okay? You should be able to buy it, because why the hell not? This game is all about the money and C-bills. So that's, I believe that they should have something included in the original game, but again, since it doesn't, there is a mod which allows you to do that. So this is just, you know, a side note. Okay, anyway, so let's go ahead and take this contract. Let's confirm it. And now, speaking of salvaging, since I already have some Annihilators in my collection here, what I am gonna do, I am gonna select this build, this ANH-2A variant, the one that I've shown many times on this channel, countless times. I've completed so many missions with this mech. This is just to be on a safer side just to be sure that I will salvage something for sure, okay, and that I will do this easily, because I mean with this squad LB-10X solid slug you can never go wrong. This is the easiest mech to pilot in this game ever. It's like the mech which basically, you know, you don't even need to pilot. It's kinda pilots and fights for you. It's super easy, you know. You can destroy and smash everything in sight with it, no problem. But the reason I'm gonna take it now is just to be on a safer side, to make sure in case if I encounter either Marauder II or the Annihilator, I wanna be sure that I'm only hitting their legs, so that they show up in salvage afterwards. And then now, this is something also that's very important. As far as my lancemates go, I will just assign them with 3 of these atlases, the ones I've shown in my previous videos. This is the loadout geared towards the long range. But in case if I will encounter Woolfs Dragoons with the Annihilator or Marauder II, I will probably assign them either with different targets, or I might order them to withhold fire altogether. That is because I don't want them to touch that mech. I don't want them to damage it in any ways. It is not until I leg that mech, okay? I will go after their legs. It is not until I destroy that mech's legs I won't let them touch anything there. Or maybe I will just assign them, you know, to work on different targets. So this is very, very important, something to keep in mind, you know, because in the heat of the battle, I might not have time to say this, okay? So this is very, very important. Anyway, so let's go ahead, take this mission, and let's see if we get something there.
We are the vanguard for an imminent invasion of the area. Your job is to eliminate any defending forces and capture the enemy fortification. Destroy the radar dishes directing the anti-aircraft fire. Once they've gone, our employer promises to land a few extra units to help you out.
Tango down.
Destroyed.
So, this is the beachhead contract, and I am not gonna bother with this satellite dishes here, okay? I don't need any reinforcements here.
Keep moving, Commander.
Okay? With the kind of lance we've gotten here, 1 Annihilator and 2 Atlases, we should be able to handle everything ourselves. I am not gonna bother with this satellite dishes for that matter.
Along with the base, all enemy
Second
artillery units
of
must be
all,
eliminated. We don't have good intel on their location.
I don't
so
even
you will have
want
to search for them.
any reinforcements
Or just wait
here,
until
okay?
they start
I don't
shooting
want
at you.
any reinforcements because those guys, they don't fight very well. Usually they are kinda dumb, and most importantly, if I encounter the mech I wanna salvage here, I don't want them to damage that mech, okay? So, I'm not gonna need any reinforcements for that matter. Now, also, since this is the beachhead contract, I know I'm talking too much in here so far, but there is something that I want you to know in case you're wondering what the heck is going on with the artillery here. Why am I not getting any artillery shells being fired at me at the moment? Let me explain you what's going on and my view of this matter and the reasoning behind it.
Enemy radar dish destroyed.
So it's my silly lance mates that are, you know, shooting all of those radar dishes. So here is what's going on with the artillery. You see, the kind of artillery being, you know, used in this game, MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries, this hailstorm artillery, so-called hailstorm artillery. I'm not sure what the heck is this hailstorm artillery is. I've tried to research this on sarna.net and I couldn't find much information about it. But what this artillery appears to be like, it's not that fancy MechWarrior II Mercenaries artillery which shoots arrow missiles, the devastating one. This artillery here is some sort of a like dated World War II kind of artillery which shoots muzzles ballistically. In the real world, when something shoots the artillery muzzles ballistically, it takes anywhere between 25 seconds to the whole minute for that muzzle to reach the target, okay? This is just how the law of physics work, okay? There is nothing you can do about it. This is how the real world artillery works, okay? Depending on the type of the artillery, it takes anywhere between 25 seconds to a minute for a projectile to reach the target. The projectile which is being shot ballistically, okay? This is just how the physics work. In this game, the artillery projectile which is being shot like that ballistically reaches the impact point in 4 seconds, which is a joke, which is a total joke. It's like hyper unrealistic. This game, remember, this is not some kind of fairy tale. This is meant to be a science fiction, okay? A science fiction. Not some kind of magic fairy tale. Okay? This is very, very unrealistic to me, you know, 4 seconds. And it's just, this is not how the real world artillery works. There is a mod increasing that impact time by twice. And with that, it becomes, you know, it's no longer 4 seconds, it's then 8 seconds. It's better, but it's still not quite realistic, okay? It needs to be at least 25 seconds. So for that matter, in order to keep things a bit more realistically, I've installed the mode which eliminates all of those artillery projectiles altogether. Okay, so I don't have any artillery here whatsoever. I mean, I do have, and they do shoot kind of like, you know, fake muzzles, but they never, you know, hit the ground.
That's the target. Eliminate all the defenders. Target is down.
And it's a lot better without those, you know, 4-second unrealistic projectiles here. This is just how I view these things. I mean, I'm not opposed to an artillery. Sure, let there be artillery, you know, but, you know, keep it real, make the projectiles hitting the ground at least, you know, like in 25 seconds. I would have been totally fine with something like that. But sorry, not 4 seconds. I am not that stupid to buy into something like that.
Mech tango down. All forces in the area converge and
Okay, we can't capture yet because it says enemies are in range. What are the enemies here?
And keep the area clear of
Must
enemy
be
units.
that ground vehicle.
Stay nearby and keep enemy units out of the area
Take down
while our
this
ground
one
troops deal
first.
with any locals and our tanks hack into the
Damage.
control systems. Here come the strike teams. Look to the sky. Enemy aircraft inbound.
Okay,
They know
now
what
we
we're
are
up to,
capturing
and they're going
things.
to want to stop this invasion before it starts. Hold this position.
Target acquired.
Come on, guys, don't destroy anything here. We are supposed to be capturing this, not destroying this base.
Destroyed. Target acquired.
Ah, enemies in range now, so the capture is passed. So I ordered my landsmiths to.
Target destroyed.
Ah, and we are also getting this.
Target destroyed. Target
enemy mechs.
acquired.
Watch it. My last kill is about to
Okay.
explode.
What else? What else is it? Still passed. Still passed. What else is out here? Ah, no. All right. So we captured it. We captured it. Let's move away from here. Let's move away from here because I don't wanna damage much in here. We are supposed to be capturing this place, not damaging it. So I wanna go into some kind of open field location there, so that I could have a better chance to salvage.
Enemy destroyed.
To salvage the mech I want if I happen to encounter it.
Target destroyed.
Sorry. Okay. So now I guess we need to deal with a couple more mechs before
Target acquired.
we get the final wave. Along with the rivals, as it usually happens in these missions.
Nice kill, Commander. It's going grit.
New target awesome. Incoming missile.
Let's use thermal.
Target destroyed.
Just
Their main force is on
moving
its way.
farther
Get
away
ready
into
for
the
worst
open
of it.
field. Alright, so this is probably the final wave. And now we should be...
An
Aha!
unmanned dropship is
Yep,
approaching the area. Be on the lookout.
yep, yep, this is where they are.
Enemy mercenaries have engaged our employer's forces. Move to intercept.
New target Warhammer.
Focus target updated.
I assigned my landsmates with these mechs. Aha, let's see, what are we getting? What are we getting here? Here they are. Orion. Oh, yes! Yes, 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 yes! Here is the Annihilator. Yep. Legs, just legs. Legs, nothing else, just legs. I will take some beating, but I... Okay, there he goes. He goes down. Yes!
Reactor is about to go.
Yes! That is exactly, you see that? This is the guy I was looking for. This is the Annihilator right here, right here. Okay, I destroyed his legs. Let's hope he shows up in salvage.
That's one
Yeah.
set done.
Yeah. This is why I came here. This is exactly what I came here for, and we were lucky enough. Okay, and it looks like he's still alive, okay, because I just destroyed the legs. Let's hope he shows up. Let's hope he shows up.
Lights are green.
Okay, let's hope those were the legs only. Okay, and I haven't damaged anything else much. Alright, alright. There we go, there we go. This is, you know, the invasion forces in here. I didn't even look up the variant. I'm not even sure which variant is that. I was so busy focusing on his legs that I didn't even bother to look for the, you know, variants. Alright, and we reached another rival. Intel level for the bounty hunter, that nasty guy that I hate. Okay, I neutralized the Woolfs Dragoons, obviously, now. And now let's... Yes! Yes! Yeah! There we go, you see that? Yes! And I have enough points to take it. Alright, there we go. And it's ANH-2A variant, the one that appears later in the campaign. Yep. Yep, that's the one I was piloting. You see, I did not even I did not even see which variant I salvaged. Like, I was so busy focusing on his legs, I didn't even, you know, look it up. Looks like I may have slightly hit his right torso, or somebody else hit, but I destroyed his legs. Okay, now we are seeing it. So this is how you get them, and this is how I've got the ones that are in my collection, most of them. That's the way I've acquired them. Okay, so this should be answering your question now, how I got them. And then I will grab, since I still have some points left, I will just grab these rare weapons. I will take the AC-10 burst fire, and I don't care for the AC-10 rapid fire. Horrible weapon. I absolutely hate AC-10 rapid fire, and I hate AC-20 rapid fire. The only rapid fires I like are the AC-5 rapid fire, excellent weapon, and the AC-2 rapid fire, the best AC-2 out there, the rapid fire variant, but not the AC-10 or AC-20. Those suck. Only either solid slug or burst fire for those, like, you know, like the one I'm taking. Then I'm out of points, but I can still buy some things. As I was mentioning, I have a mod which allows me to buy things. So I will buy this, even though I have plenty of this. It's kind of just, you know, a habit. I have like 500 small pulse lasers. How many more do I need? Like, why am I so greedy? Okay. Alright, yeah, that's enough. Alright, so there we go. Obviously, this is not a Warzone mission, this is, you know, the beachhead contract. No components were lost, you know, all these damages, yeah, and then this nasty bounty hunter. Oh my gosh, do I hate this guy. He keeps, like, stalking you, sending you all the scrap. I don't need any of the scrap. I can either buy or salvage it myself at this point. I just want him to leave me alone. But that's not gonna happen. Like, I've tried headshot him, and you cannot even headshot him during the campaign mission. His cockpit is like indestructible. I've tried this many times. No matter what you hit it with, it's just, you know, it's by design this way. There is nothing you can do about him. Alright, anyways, so there we go. So let's see, yeah, if I were to repair it, just the armor plating in my mech, no components were lost. So as for these guys, as you can see, not a big deal. We did not need any reinforcements. We were fine there by ourselves. Alright, so, and there we go. This is the same variant which I piloted, okay? So I destroyed his legs. Let's see what I've destroyed. Yeah, so the legs and everything here is intact. So I'm just gonna go ahead and load my loadout. You know, I will just do the exact copy of the one that I've just piloted, which is this one. So yeah, this is how I like it. Yeah, There we go, and I will just start this work on it here, and I'm gonna match the upgrades. Let's see which I have, which kind of upgrades do I have on my mech. I will just copy it. Yes, so so it's armor and structure reinforced, and then so here is what I did. I increased the damage potential and increased the firing rate. So superior detonation and the damage tuning. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do on this salvaged one as well. Let's go ahead and go to this armor structure. Then let's do the damage tuning, superior detonation for those ballistic weapons, and there is another one, this, and then a quick ammo feed just to increase the... Again, you know, all these upgrades, they are not a big of a deal whatsoever. Again, if you can't perform them on for one reason or the other, you shouldn't feel bad about it. Just a marginal improvements. The only reason I am doing all of this is because I can, okay? Otherwise, you know, I probably wouldn't even have bothered much about it. It's just, you know, negligible improvements. You do not need the upgrades in order to be successful in this game. This is for sure, okay? You can do just fine without the upgrades, okay? These are just marginal improvements, let me put it this way. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's paint it to my custom dark camo theme, just to make it look more like realistic, like more military type of color. And there we go, there we go. This is how you salvage them. Now, let me give you the hint how you can do this a bit more efficiently. When we look at the star map, you see this is actually way late into campaign. This is actually the year of 3105. Before the year of somewhere either 3050 or 3051, you see all of these rival mercenaries moving around the inner sphere in different locations. It's after the year of either 3050 or 3051 is that when they stop moving, and they all kind of get stuck in one location. And this is usually, you know, where the Woolfs Dragoons are being stuck, depending, you know, on whether you are playing career in a career or campaign mode. This is the campaign mode that I'm playing here. And in campaign mode, they usually stuck in this area, and these are the only two systems where you can potentially encounter them. Let's say you came in here, you've played, you've exhausted all the missions in two of the systems, you have no more missions left, and you haven't, either you haven't encountered them or you haven't seen them, you know, piloting the mech that you wanted to salvage. What do you do in this case? And yet you're out of missions. What I like to do in such case, I like to travel away to the outreach, okay? This planet, okay? What the outreach is, I mean, in the lore, so is in this game. The outreach is kind of like what the Woolfs Dragoons have established as their home base, and also as some kind of like mecca for mercenary companies in general. But in this game, the outreach is also, in case if you haven't known this, it's also the industrial hub, where sometimes you can actually buy some rare mechs, including the Annihilator. I believe once I've bought the Annihilator as which was sold as the rare item. So besides the industrial hub, it's also got some arena contracts in there. And this is what sometimes I like to do. Once I play through all of the available missions in these systems, I travel to the outreach, which is fairly, you know, far away. It's almost a month to get there. I shop around in the industrial hub there. I do some repairs there. I take some arena contracts there. I spend some time there. And then after that, I come back to these two systems. And then you have more contracts appearing there after you have traveled somewhere there. I mean, again, you don't have to travel here. You can travel anywhere you like. You know, you can play around and then you can come back here. But this is just what I found is kind of like the closest place to spend your time more wisely and more efficiently to go to after you have exhausted all the missions there, and then you can go back. And this is exactly, you know, the way how I acquired all of this, you know, Annihilators and Marauder IIs, which you see in my collection here. You know, all of these Marauder IIs. What I've been doing at one point, I've been just going back and forth between, you know, the outreach and these two conflict zones, you know, back and forth, trying to encounter Woolfs Dragoons as enemies, you know, in order to salvage all of those mechs. This is how I acquired them. Again, let me just, you know, emphasize this. In this campaign, I did not use the mech delivery mod, okay? These are most of these Annihilators and Marauders II, which I have in my collections. All of them were salvaged from Woolfs Dragoons. No, not all of them, most of them, okay? Because some of them, again, I purchased occasionally in industrial hubs when they were showing up as rare items. So, anyways, that was kind of a long video, the longer than I wanted to. I hope it was informative. I hope it answers your question. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and until the next one, have a nice day.